Now I'm going to bash his head in.
I'm happy that you could make it with me today, Rishi.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I wouldn't have made it here if it wasn't for you picking me up.
You know, everyone's going to be enlightened by the talk that we're going to give today. It's just going to be surreal, I'm telling you. Just sit back, relax, and get ready to be serialized. Because everything you ever wanted to know about alchemy, but were afraid to ask, well, we're going to answer that today for you.
We are. Most people think that sodium and vinegar make a volcano explode. That's what we learned in grade 8.
That's true. Except when we mixed that shit at home, it turned out just to get everything all over the place. And, you know, your mommy comes home. She's like, hey, what did you do? You're like, I didn't do anything. And then, like, you know, you get a little slap on the ass. And, like, well, before it became illegal. And, you know, and then let me tell you something about us.
When I was getting my postdoctoral degree in geophysical chemistry at the University of Liverpool online, they told me that there wasn't any opportunity for profit. But he showed me the way.
That's right. What I used to do was play this game called Snakes and Ladders. Now, snakes would tell me that there were these certain things that were really bad in the world, but ladders would get you high, and they would get you solid gold from
Base lead. Toronto is going through a real estate boom. There's a lot of potential house owners here. Here's the trick. Steal contractors' ladders, melt them down, solid gold. Buy your own house. Now, that was a trick I learned from my partner back in 1997.
Yes. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to reproduce it since, but I'm trying. Email me. And, you know, here's a couple of letters of my email is somewhere inside here. And if you're really alchemistic, you'll figure it out.
He's actually being very humble. In 1994, he traveled to Jordan. And he worked with a team of 12 midgets to uncover this sacred scroll. What you have here is how to create gold from base lead. He discovered it. Can we hear a round of applause for him, please? Come on.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just want to say that this is the blueprint of my experiment. I was being a little bit humble earlier. But essentially what I discovered was that if you take some random, you know, adjacent letters of the alphabet and put them up on screen next to some fine, fine line art, you too will discover the trick to make lead turn into gold. And I'm telling you, it has a little bit to do with fire, has a little bit to do with steam, and has a lot to do with the shit that you drink at the end.
Yes, and that is when it went horribly awry. See, the Greek debt crisis is because the government of Greece thought that they could use this strategy to pay pension reformers. Our good friend here, while in Europe in 1992, actually sold that idea to the Greek Prime Minister Hored Papalopato for a cool $1.3 million back then.
That's right. And when he showed me his secret skull, it was gold. So I know my stuff worked.
Very true. Now, you were thinking, how can I profit from this myself? And that's a good question, because we all paid good money here not to support charity, but to further our financial position in life. Iron shavings and magnets. Let's talk about that for a second. You go home, you shave down some lead and some types of steel that you stole from a ladder. You put some magnets around it. Suddenly, this is the definition of alchemy. This gives you the proper proportions in which you will use to create gold from lead.
That's right. And to save your soul, you better do it. Because otherwise you will not be able to ride this fine, fine unicorn into the sunset of the rainbow that you see here. Okay? And I'm telling you, if you use those adjacent alphabetic letters that I showed you earlier today, you will be riding this unicorn off to the never-ending story.
Fantastic. So, based on that, does anyone have any questions that they would like to know how to further their personal financial position using the Alchemy method developed by our good friend here?
Questions, bitches!
This was the solid gold car that he made in 1996 when he was able to convince the Slovakian government to buy into the wonderful Alchemy scheme.
I bought it back when it was solid lead, and I used those letters to make this solid Benz Mercedes so that I could ride around and get all the bitches that I want. I'm rich, bitch!
Spoken like a champion.